Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Viltes and today I'm going to be talking about my senior project. I'm going to be creating a StarCraft II AI bot. So for today, I'm going to be talking about the topics that I plan on learning, what exactly the project is, the tools I'm going to be using, and show a brief demo for you. So for this project, there are going to be two main topics that I'm going to focus on. The first one obviously being AI, artificial intelligence. This is a branch of computer science dealing with the simulation of intelligent behavior in computers. Now, the other topic that I'm going to be focusing on is something called Q-learning. This is a little bit difficult to explain, but in the second sentence, you can read, a history of an agent is a sequence of state, action, rewards. Essentially, if the bot does this and ends in this state, it will receive reward this. And then depending on whether or not the reward is good or bad, will determine on whether or not in the next run through, if the bot does that same thing. So for today, I've got a lot to show you. I've been really busy this past few weeks trying to figure out what in the world is going on. Here on Visual Studios, I have the PYSC2 repository on display. Just to show you a little bit of what's going on, here's one of the files, the actions file, one of the most important files in my opinion. This has anywhere from selecting a unit to controlling the unit to a different spot. If I want to create a building, if I want to create a different unit, if I want to research an ability or a different upgrade, if I want to do certain special abilities, there's a lot that's going on here. And so it's been really interesting as I've had to read through very carefully what's going on. And this is my simple agent is what I have called it. And this is what I've been developing a little bit for this demo. And you have the include statements like in C++, but it's not the exact same. And from here you have some different things that I need from other files, a regular just time, and then there's some values I have, and then my actual class. In this class, you're going to see in a second, but essentially all it's doing is building two different buildings and then stopping because I don't have anything else that's going on with it. And so all I have to do is come over here to the command line. It accesses my local desktop StarCraft II files. From here, I just initiate the Python files. I specify the where it is. I have a map that I can select. There's a couple different maps I can select. I have an agent. In this case, my simple agent, which I have is the only one that I've created. I can select a different one if I want. And then the race of the agent, which is, of course, in this case, Terran, like I said before. And so when you run this command, it'll take a minute or so. And unfortunately, there's a lot that it has to go through. And like I said, it's connecting with your local StarCraft II files, which makes it pretty cool. It's going to come up with the loading screen first. And then after the loading screen, there's going to be another screen that comes up along with this, which I'll show you in a second here. And so first you can see that here are the miners, enough money, it started building a building. Now it started building the other building. This is not how fast it usually goes, but this is just the sake for the demo. Now you can see that afterwards, this miner doesn't know what to do. These miners just keep doing what they're doing. And that's that. And so there's going to be a couple different strategies that I'm going to need to implement for this. The first is the build order. In order to build this barracks, I actually need to build this building first. And in order to build the units that are in here, I'm going to have this building, of course. There's an interesting hierarchy of buildings and units and researching and abilities in the game, which I won't go into. Actually, my unit just got destroyed because I'm not doing anything right. And so that's one thing I'm going to be focusing on. The other thing I'm going to focus on is going to be the attack strategies. This is a very bad attack strategy. And the defense strategies, which is also a really terrible idea right here. do nothing, right? And so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It's just going to keep going. Another screen that comes up is, I'm not really sure exactly what all is going on, but this is just a lot of other information that you can look at as far as if enemies come in, where your units are going. Right now all I have are the miners, and the the height of the map, where you're looking at, what you have seen, what you haven't seen. And so this is just some of the tools that I've been able to use as I have briefly developed one of my agents.